snooping, isn't it?
Yep.
Hey, what's Sweepy Bill doing over there?
Sweeping his lawn. That's why they call him Sweepy Bill.
Oh, yeah. Hey, is that little Sandra?
Oh, that's tall Sandra, that.
Oh, yeah. She's just really far away.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know who I haven't seen for ages?
Who?
Sabrina.
Oh, Sabrina.
She used to walk past our window every day.
Oh, the girl who sits in the garden with the daisy chains.
Yeah.
Oh, that girl.
I wonder what happened to her.
Yeah, poor mum and dad as well.
I've just remembered what happened to her.
And so did I.
Do you know what happened to her?
Do you know what happened to her?
Do you?
Do you?
Oh. Hey, should we tell her?
Go on then.
Right, go on then.
Just put me brew down.
Yeah, you put your brew down. See you in a minute.
Far, far away in the countryside, a long road with no pavement.
In a big garden surrounded by trees is a beautiful white house, like a cottage.
Other houses seemed nearby, but really they are miles away.
In the house lives a small 13-year-old girl called Sabrina with her mum and dad.
Sabrina opened her bedroom window to see the sheep and the cows in the field over the firethorn hedge.
She loves the countryside and she feels happiest when she's near nature. She wants to hide here forever.
Sabrina was born here and can't imagine being anywhere else.
Although Sabrina seems happy most of the time, inside she hides a deep sorrow that comes from her many fears. Sabrina is scared of everything.
She's even scared of the dark. Spiders, weeds, monsters. And most of all, she's scared of people, of being laughed at and bullied.
But still, her biggest fear is being alone and her family not seeing her.
Sabrina loves her family and longs to spend time with them, but she feels that they don't want her around.
Mum is always working on the computer and Dad's always busy in the garden or on his phone.
Sabrina doesn't have any friends her own age. Nobody ever notices her or sees her around. She feels invisible.
So Sabrina spends most of her time on her own, making daisy chains. On a beautiful Wednesday morning, Sabrina spied a butterfly. And she followed it, chasing it.
The butterfly led her deep into the dark and gloomy wood. She heard rustling, and suddenly she felt lost. All of her usual fears came rushing back.
A little frog leapt out at Sabrina. "Hello," it said, quickly jumping.
Sabrina jumped too and backed away. More animals started to gather. They wouldn't let her leave. She let out a scream. Ah! The animals ran back into the forest. Sabrina shouts, "Wait, don't go. I won't hurt you."
Tap, 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 snapped a woodpecker.
What are you doing?
Woodpecking, obviously. Oh, I'm talking to you.
Birds don't talk.
Well, I do. Are you lost? Do you need any help?
You're kind of freaking me out.
Are you sad? You look sad, Sabrina, the fox asked.
You're talking too. I must be losing my marbles.
What's wrong? Tell us. How do you feel?
A bit down.
Why are you down? Tell us. Don't be nervous.
I just am. Nobody likes me. Everyone runs away when they see me.
So, do you want to have friends?
Yes, human friends, but I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
Everything. Cats and rats and enclosed spaces, chairs and fairs and angry faces. I'm scared of everything, even my own shadow. It follows me everywhere I go. I wish I was brave and confident. I don't want to be afraid anymore.
So, why don't you have any friends?
Because nobody wants to play with me anymore.
Did something happen?
Yes.
We'll look after you. We can listen. We can help.
I'm a bit worried.
What are you worried about?
All of you.
Hey, we're really nice.
You're a bit weird. I'm gonna go now. Sabrina ran off, looking back once or twice just to check she hadn't imagined it all.
The next day, Sabrina was out riding her bike when from the corner of her eye, she spotted thick black smoke coming from the farmhouse. She panicked. She started to feel anxious and lost. She became angry and began to feel sweaty. She knew that her world was crashing down like a bomb exploding. The happy-ish home that she once knew was disappearing into thin air.
Sabrina couldn't stay. Watching her beautiful world melting in front of her was terrifying. I've nowhere to go. I'm not brave enough to be around all the people, noise and speed of the world outside. It feels like I'm going to burst. Is it too much worry to carry? I can't stay, but I can't leave. It's an impossible decision. Maybe the animals will help.
Sabrina stumbled back into the shadows. She hid in the shadowy forest, feeling scared and frightened. She wanted to be alone where no one could find her. The animals were waiting.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm not brave enough. I'm all on my own. Should I leave? I should leave, but I'm too afraid. I can't go back. I can only go forward. But I'm too afraid.
Trust yourself. You know you can. Once you take the first step, it'll get easier. Yeah! Sabrina took the first step. You know you can. Trust yourself. Go on. Go on. You're nearly away. Get on with it. I don't want you to go. Good luck. Good luck, Sabrina. Be brave. I believe in you.
Sabrina took a deep breath and ran. You're not just running, you're running until you can breathe. It won't be far and it won't be frightening. You're just running until you feel safe.
Sabrina ran on, putting unhelpful thoughts out of her mind, ignoring how hungry she'd become and how sad she felt about what was happening at home. The sky grew darker and darker, and the noises, they grew louder and nearer. She had arrived. In the city, she was shaking.
Sabrina was alone in the buzzing hum of the city. Cars were beeping and she was caught in their headlights. She was tired of running and scared of everything. A shadow swooped above her head. Sabrina shivered. I don't like this, she screamed. Get me out!
She ran and hid in an underground car park. She could hear noises, cars driving too fast past her. The lights flickered and they went out. She saw a shadow and she ran. Sabrina jumped and the shadow jumped too. It was following her. It looked creepy. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't get away.
Sabrina ran into an alleyway. A shadowy figure jumped out and terrified her. The shadow eyes were glowing and the shadow leapt again. Sabrina got a fright. She stumbled backwards through a shadow hole and fell slowly as if the world around her had gone into slow motion. Suddenly, she was in the countryside again. Everything seemed familiar, but something was not quite right. She could see everyone. They're all okay. They're alive! Although she thought they felt unhappy. Everything seemed familiar, but something was not quite right.
Oh, Sabrina, I hope she's okay. I wonder what's happened to her.
Hello? Mum? Dad? Why can't you hear me?
Oh. Why did she have to leave? I hope she's okay. I just wish she knew that everything was okay, that the farmhouse has been rescued and everyone is safe. Do you think she's ever coming back? I miss her. I thought she was happy here too.
Sabrina waved. Hello? She was sure they could see her and wondered why they weren't responding. Hello? Why can't you hear me? Sabrina couldn't stop the tears. People don't see me like other people. I have run out of words. Why am I always invisible? I don't know how to show them I'm okay. Should I stay to tell them or go back to the big city? But I don't know what to do.
Suddenly, an almighty storm began to draw in, and Sabrina rushed back into the woods for cover. She hid in the forest. It was dark and eerie. The trees cracked as the wind whistled through them. Shadow animals appeared. They surrounded Sabrina. They reassured her like the animals before. She recognised their voices. "Step into the shadows, Sabrina," said the woodpecker. "You're one of us. We had the same problems as you. We can help. Trust us. We're your friends. Just one more step. You are strong. You are brave. You are confident."
And with a deep breath and one last step into the shadows, Sabrina began to transform. This experience made her feel weird, and her arms felt a bit floppy and jelly-like. Sabrina felt she was changing, but she didn't know why. Her heart started banging, and her hands seemed to change. They felt cold and stiff. The lines on her fingers had begun to disappear. She felt pain run through her body. It was like a shadow pain. It began to expand all through her body until it exploded and everything turned black.
You are Shadow Girl. You are brave and powerful. You are one of us. You were never alone. We were always with you in the shadows.
Sabrina stood tall. I'm Shadow Girl who comes out at night time. Just Shadow Girl. A girl with a secret. A girl with a double identity. Sabrina is no longer invisible.
Oh. We just need to accept that she's not coming back, Sabrina's mum said with deep regret in her voice. Who's that? Sabrina's dad asked, pointing into the distance. She looks familiar, but she's too sassy to be. Oh, well, it can't be. She's gone. Well, who is it then? She does look familiar, but, well, something's different. It is her! That's Sabrina! Oh!
She had wanted to help and reassure her family that she was okay. Now she knew that they understood. She was tempted to stay in this beautiful place where she could hide and mend so many things. But she had changed too much. Everything had changed.
Shadow Girl flew back into the city. Now she sees life from a different perspective. From the tops of buildings, she watches and looks out for danger. She is confident as Shadow Girl. She is no longer afraid.
I fly around at night and watch people to see if they're in any danger. I'm a life-breathing shadow that no one knows that I'm around. I stand on high buildings. I see everything. But Sabrina has disappeared and left me behind to be Shadow Girl. I am Shadow Girl.
So that's the story of Sabrina, or should we say,
Shadow Girl.
I wonder what Shadow Girl will do next.
Probably something brave and confident.
Yeah, I reckon. Hey, Eddie, should we get a chippy tea?
Meet you downstairs.
All right, meet you downstairs.